Today I'm back to do a fun tag video, and this is my fragrance addiction tag. This tag was started by Emmy's World of Fragrance. If you have not checked her out already, please do. She has a beautiful, very diverse fragrance collection, and she's just very well spoken. She's calming to listen to, so make sure you guys check her out. She did not tag me. Nobody tagged me, but I tagged myself because I wanted to do the tag. So shout out to Emmy's World of Fragrance for creating this, and let's get into the questions. But real quick, let me introduce myself. My name is Aisha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're into, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel now. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So this fragrance tag consists of 12 questions that are kind of about my fragrance collection and just my love for fragrance. So I'm going to be looking at my phone because I have to read the questions. I will also make sure to leave a list of the questions down below, so if you want to do this tag video, please do it. So the first question is, why do you use fragrances? As a mood booster, habit, compliments, or any other reason? So for me, I would have to say that I use fragrance, number one, as a habit. I've been wearing fragrance forever. And then number two, as a mood booster, because I just love to smell different fragrances. I've always loved fragrance. It's just over the year 2020, I've fallen deeper in love and explored a lot more of them, but they just make me feel good. It makes me feel good to know that I smell good. Even if nobody compliments me, it just gives me that extra boost of confidence. The next question is, how much and where do you apply perfume? So I am going to be doing another fragrance tag created by Takara Thompson here on YouTube that talks all about how I spray my fragrances. So I'm just going to briefly answer this question, but if you want to know more detail, make sure you check out that tag video as well. That one will probably be up after this video, so make sure you are subscribed to my channel and turn the bell notifications on so that you can catch that video when it gets posted. So for most fragrances, I usually wear about 10 sprays, and I apply it pretty much all over my body, my upper half of my body. So wrists, elbows, behind my neck, yeah, front of my shirt. So definitely make sure you check out the other tag video if you want to see that more in detail and kind of know more about how I decide where to spray my fragrances based on different factors. So number 3 says, how many perfumes do you use per day? So I typically use 2 fragrances per day. So I use one in the morning when I go to work or get myself going for the day, and then I spray on one for bedtime. There are instances where I wear 3 fragrances in a day. Usually that would be on days I'm off from my job, because what I'll do is I'll spray on a fragrance before I take my kids to school, and then I'll come back, work out, take a shower, I'll spray on a different fragrance, and then of course at nighttime I will spray on a different fragrance. Sounds a bit excessive, but that's what I do. What fragrance in your collection best represents your current taste and aesthetic? So for me, the fragrance that I chose for this question is Roja Dove Creation E. And I have the Parfum Cologne version. And the reason that I chose this fragrance is, first, let's just talk about the smell. So this is a boozy kind of Coca-Cola and rum type scent. And I happen to love boozy scents, and I've really fallen in love with them hard over the past 6 months or so. So I feel like a lot of the scents that I go for are kind of boozy without being overly so, and the almond, the root beer type soda scent is just, I'm all about it. So that's number 1. As far as the aesthetic goes, I love the clean lines of this fragrance. I love the simple writing. So other fragrance bottles that are like that, simple writing and all, really draw my attention. I also love the color of this, but even if this was a different color, I would still love it. Like blue, green, any color, but I love the simplicity of the shape and the simplicity of the writing while having a little bit of something to look at on the cap. So yeah. So the next question is, what is a fragrance that you love but don't wear often, and why? So the fragrance I picked for this question is none other than Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait de Parfum. And I picked this because I do really love this fragrance. It took me a while to buy this fragrance because of the price. But when I did pick it up, I really loved it. I had worn the samples that I had out, but for some reason, I just don't wear it very much now. And I really don't know why. I mean, in my head, I think that, I don't know, because of the price of it, in my head, I save it for a special occasion. Even though I know I shouldn't do that, I just do. So I really need to wear this fragrance more often. It is a beautiful fragrance and I still love it. And I actually still sniff it quite a bit, but I don't wear it that much. But I really need to. This, I mean, why wouldn't I? I feel like this fragrance is good for all types of occasions, but for some reason my mind just says, no, you should save that for something nice. But I really should, you know, think of every day as a nice day and wear it more often. So number 7 says, do you divide fragrances by masculine, feminine, seasonal, or based on any other categories? So I felt like this question, I wasn't sure about how to answer. So I'll just answer it as to what I think. I do, in my mind, divide fragrances as masculine or feminine. However, you guys know I do wear scents that are probably traditionally masculine. So I just think of it in my mind as a way to describe a scent. And as far as seasonal, I definitely do wear my fragrances based on season. I don't think that everybody needs to do that, but for me, I like to split my fragrances based on season. So that's what I do. Not only does it help me kind of rotate my fragrances, but it also, I don't know, I feel like fragrances help put me in the mood of something. So if it's winter and it's cold here, I mean, I like to wear a cozy fragrance that makes me feel like it's cold. Like, I don't know. That's just what I do. So the next question was, what fragrance from your collection was not love at first sniff and took you some time to love? So I think this question was a little bit difficult because a lot of fragrances, if I don't love them, like after the first day, I'm pretty much getting rid of them. So the one that I chose is one that I actually just posted a video on, and this is Armani Privé Blue Lazuli. And this fragrance to me was not a love at first sniff. It was a like, but it didn't smell like what I expected it to. But after I wore it for about 3 days, I ended up falling in love with it. Now I know some of you guys are thinking, well, 3 days, that's nothing. But honestly, if I wear a fragrance every day consecutively for 3 days, and I mean, I tell you, when I do my testing of fragrances, I usually will wear it day and night. So that was like a good 6 times of me wearing it. At that point, I can determine if I want the fragrance or not. And if I'm not in love, then I will usually just get rid of it. So if I wasn't in love after like 3 or 4 days or a week maybe of me having it, then I probably got rid of it. So hopefully this is answering the question. But yeah, check out my video if you haven't already seen it, talking all about this fragrance. So the next question is, how do you handle fragrance fails / disappointments? So I kind of just answered this question, but I typically will sell the fragrance if I don't think it's going to work out for me. And in some cases, I will return the fragrance. I don't like returning fragrances because I don't know what they're going to do with it, and I kind of feel like it's wasteful. But I have returned fragrances before as well. Now, in certain situations where I'm kind of like on the fence, it's not really a complete fail, but it is slightly disappointing. If I'm thinking at the time that I tried it like at the wrong time of year, for instance, if I bought like a fruity floral scent during the colder months and didn't love it, then sometimes I will save it until the next season and then try it from there. So that will be the exception to the rule, but for the most part, I do just sell it or return it if it's a disappointment. So number 11 says, what is a fragrance on your wish list that you are not able to purchase and why? So a fragrance on my wish list that I'm not able to purchase is from Perfumes, and it is called Sweetie Oud. Now, this fragrance is available, but I personally am not able to purchase it because it costs too much. Not saying it's not worth the money, but I have a limit on what I will spend. And I know I spend a lot of money on fragrances, and I know that if I added up like 2 or 3 of my bottles, I could have the price of this fragrance. I completely get that. But for me, I have a limit for certain items. So for instance, if I'm thinking about lipstick, I have a limit on what I want to pay for a lipstick. And I know I could save my money and get that lipstick, but I just feel like I have a limit in my head that I will not bypass. And Roja Sweetie Oud is $555, I believe. That's way above my limit. So maybe one day I will get a decant or travel size of this fragrance just so I can finally smell it. But yeah, not buying full bottle right now. And the last question is, what percentage of your collection is niche, designer, and celebrity? So I'm going to tweak this question a little bit and add a category. So I'm going to add luxury designer, because I feel like it's always questionable on certain brands if, like, say Tom Ford Private Blend, is that a designer? Is it niche? I like to call it luxury designer, but I know some people disagree. So I'm gonna just add that category in there. So if I had to guess, I would say for celebrity, my collection is probably 1% celebrity. I only own like 2. And then for designer, I would have to say probably about, I want to say probably about 20 to 25% designer. And then for luxury designer, I would say probably about 50% of my collection is luxury designer, because I have so many Tom Fords. And then what's the difference? I don't know. I forgot what percentage I said, but the rest is niche. I think we're left at about like 20%. I wasn't writing these down, so I honestly don't know, but let's just say about 25% of my collection is niche. So that was it for this tag. I did really enjoy doing this. Thank you, Emmy's World of Fragrance, for creating this tag. Again, if you guys haven't checked her out, I will definitely link her channel down below. I'm not gonna tag anybody specifically because I feel like so many people have already done this and I don't want anybody to feel obligated to do it. But if you wanna do it, please do. I would love to watch your video on it. And if you do it, please make sure you let me know so I can go and watch it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please do. And please follow me on Instagram as well. I am really trying to be more consistent on there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.